Hello everyone and welcome to episode 181 of Report This Post, a podcast about bad posts and bad people. My name is Geiger and that is Christian.
Toasty!
And we are your hosts with the posts. Every week, Christian, myself, or a listener select a different topic and then find horrible posts for your listening pleasure. And this week's topic, as chosen by listener and former guest of the show,
That's right.
somehow, the beer nerd, aka David. The topic is fighting games.
Yes. Fighting games, something I've never had any interest in. I am a non-competitive person. The only person I like to compete with is myself, and I'm constantly losing. So
yeah, that's very
brother, you're telling me. So never got into fighting games. I did pick up Street Fighter 4 when it came out.
Street Fighter 4. Okay.
Yeah, about
when was that?
That was the Xbox port. Basically, it was just Street Fighter 2 just with 3D graphics. That's what every Street Fighter game has been.
12 years ago or something?
2008. So yeah, longer.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Picked that up when it first came out. I was like, I'm going to get into this. I'm going to have fun. It's so fucking hard to do the moves and shit, and it hurt my fingers so bad that I just stopped playing it.
Yeah, good move. Based on all the stuff I've read this past week from fighting gamers, that's a good idea.
Just quit.
They are very competitive and love the insanity and inanity of their games.
Maybe
They're
that's
very
part of it
simple,
too.
dumb games.
Yeah, maybe that's part of it too. Is that it's just the same? You're just doing the same thing over. There's like no real goal to it either. So,
yeah, when I think back as a kid, I remember having this obsession with like Mortal Kombat, and partly because it was literally in the arcade.
Sure,
it was special. Like, I remember Mortal Kombat 3, there was a big build-up to it coming out in 1995. And getting all the video game magazines and, like, all the previews and everything. And it was, like, such a big deal. And then to go to the arcade and see the machine there. And it was like, there's, like, a line of kids waiting to do it. It was like, holy shit, this is a big deal.
This is a real deal, yeah.
And I remember like memorizing some of the moves and everything.
Sure.
But looking back, and like every once in a while since then, I'll like get an emulator or something and download one of those games. And it's like, so you just hit some buttons for like 40 seconds and then the match is over. And then you just keep doing that over and over again. Ad
nauseum. Yep.
I guess if you're playing against friends that you know, it could be a little more fun, but
not my experience either. Is that when you're playing with you don't stay friends very long if you're playing video games like that together.
Yeah, games like that, Smash, the Nintendo one is massive somehow. Don't get it. Do not see the interest in it. Whenever there's a new character announced, it's perplexing that people give a shit. And yet, a lot of people really give a shit about it, as we'll see in this episode. So the reason why David chose this episode, these are his comments about it. Fighting game fans are near the top of my list for, quote, worst types of online posters. Also, they are terrible groomers in more ways than one. I'm not sure how many ways they are applicable in this sense, but there's only a couple types of way to be a groomer. There's the one where you actually groom animals. I don't know if that's the one he's talking about.
David does not like people that work with their hands. He looks down upon them.
That's for sure. We learned that in the episode he was on. He's pro-landlord, if I recall correctly. Which I do not, because I don't remember that episode at all, due to various inhibitions I was dealing with at that moment. Irregardless, folks, we're going to talk about fighting games, the many different types. We go over quite a bit in this episode, from your Mortal Kombats to your Street Fighters to your Smash, and I think that's just about it. I think Tekken comes up.
Tekken.
And, Guilty Gear? No, that's not it.
Oh, that is a fighting game.
That's one of them?
That is one, yep.
That's one of those video game names I've heard for years, and the two words don't make sense together, so I've just assumed they're something at
whatever.
Like Guilty Gear, that's like Donkey Kong. Some clear misinterpretation of some Japanese guy's thing. So, anyway, we'll talk about Guilty Gear, your Street Fighters, your Mortal Kombats, your Clay Fighters.
Clay Fighter, I think we got a couple in, yeah. Yep.
That's a blast from the past. But in the meantime, Christian, why don't we read some posts?
Great. We'll get right into it here, where a now deleted user went to Reddit to ask, should I let my girlfriend win at games?
Mm-hmm.
My girl is a gamer, which is great, but she really doesn't play two-player games much. She always asks to play me in fighting games with her, and I always beat her, and she gets mad after about 5 matches. We go out and have a smoke, and she wants to play it again. I am not kidding. The arguments over the games ends up bringing up a bunch of other shit. She is 10 years younger than me. I am 30, and she is 21. She even, when we go out, gets pissed when she loses with friends. Like, for instance, our Thursday poker night, she had, one night, stormed home and ruined the game. It happens with trivia games and chess, etc. I am wondering if I should just let her win and avoid the argument. I would stop playing the games, but it has become a habit before we go to bed, and she gets mad if I don't want to play and go do something else. Another deleted user replied, if people had let me win at chess, I would have never gotten good. So don't let her win, no matter how sore a loser or immaturely competitive she might be. Just be yourself and don't engage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this is one of several posts in this episode that where, kind of as you touched on, relationships are affected by fighting games. Which is weird. Specifically fighting games, I'm not sure why, but... Because I'd say theoretically any competitive video game.
Sure.
But I guess it's one of those where, because you can win just by smashing buttons sometimes.
Sure. Just by dumb luck.
Yep. Yeah, and if you're someone who knows what you're doing and then you lose like that, you're going to be pretty goddamn ticked. Pretty damn peeved. Doesn't work like that in chess, I don't think. You can't just move pieces around until you win.
Well, you can just flip the whole thing over.
That's true.
Just storm out of the room, which is just as effective as having some sort of strategy. Yeah. I can't imagine why this 21-year-old hanging out with her 30-year-old boyfriend playing video games before bed. Now, are they in bed playing the video games is the question. And the answer is, of course, because that's also where they eat dinner and do any other things that they
because
they do
it's a studio apartment. There's really no option.
Hey, save on a couch, though, right? Because the bed's right there.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, it's actually very smart to do that. It's not pathetic at all. It's a great idea.
In fact, I'm going to start eating all my meals in bed, like a Rockefeller. Just
Yep, just like a very rich guy. So on that topic, this is from the subreddit r off my chest. I feel safe to beat my future husband at Smash Bros. My college roommate had a special interest in Super Smash Bros., and I've gotten pretty good at the game. Playing with my former boyfriends was okay, but winning was sometimes kind of stressful. Like, they'd say the right words, but then act all pouty. It would be pretty clear that they were upset to lose to a girl. especially a girl who keeps choosing the girly characters like Zelda and Peach. I started sandbagging to avoid the pouting. But with my fiancé, no holds barred, baby. He takes his losses in stride. I know he's the right person to marry because I never need to make myself smaller to make him feel big. And user PsychologyFar4371 said, the bar is so fucking low. The OP is also very active in these subreddits are psychic, are Asperger girls, and are autism in women. So, yeah, that is about what we would expect.
Yeah,
out of a fighting game aficionado, ladies.
That's true. I mean, the comment there of the bar being so low, that's for your future beau to not be upset with you for winning at a video game. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's rough. And yet I can't seem to connect with a woman on a deeper level. Perhaps because I'm not a video game guy. Maybe that's what's missing with my personality. That'll do it.
Or just get one of them real Asperger girls out there. Lock her down.
Wears a hoodie 24/7 all year round. With the thumb holes in it so that it goes over her hands. Yep. My wife. We love her, don't we?
Sounds hot.
Here's another one along those lines. This is from the subreddit r Smash Brothers. Is it normal that my boyfriend gets really irritated when we play Smash? So, I've been playing competitively a long time before we started dating. He only played it casually as a child, so I think he was surprised when we first played and I was routinely whooping him. It's escalated to a point where I take a few sets off him, he starts cussing and saying, this is just fucking bullshit, and then just all around seems kind of toxic. I've seen him toss his controller or pick fights with me after. In the past, I've tried letting up a little and he senses this and gets even more mad for me going easy. If I try to explain a technique to him or compliment him or something, he gets salty or totally ignorant if he gets a win. Last week, I apologized for doing a move I know he hates, and he got really mad at me for thinking he needed an apology. Needless to say, it's pretty unattractive. But is this a common thing for couples who play Smash? And MD2016 replied, sounds like an abusive, mentally unstable person. I suggest you dump him.
Yes. Yep. So, well, you have a gal who's, I'm assuming a gal, right? Yeah. Who, competitively has done this. So, I guess, does this for trophies of some sort?
I would assume so. Trophies or perhaps monies, yes.
Yeah, and a guy who just basically never plays, and he's the one that gets upset. That's hilarious. Like, you're supposed to lose.
Brother, she's a pro.
Yeah.
She's a pro. Yeah, I don't know what he's expecting, that he's just going to pick the sticks up and just crush his beautiful bride, but that's not the case here. So.
Yeah, I'd say, well, he should dump her first and foremost for one-upping him. But if that doesn't happen, she should dump him. That would be my chain of events.
You know, before he dumps her, he should just take that controller and just smash it upside her head. Really teach her a lesson.
Yeah.
You did that move again. You did that stupid fucking thing with Zelda again that I told you I fucking hate.
You did a Falcon Punch. That's a term I've heard from that game.
Sure. She actually only plays as Mr. Game & Watch, the worst character in Smash.
What the fuck does that even mean? Mr. Game & Watch?
You don't know Mr. Game & Watch?
What the fuck? That's a Mr. Game & Watch. How the fuck is that a name?
Yep. And he's a Smash character.
Oh, okay. I see. I understand the reference. Don't know why that's in modern game. But all right.
It's from a watch.
So they ran out of characters.
Well, I think there's a post about how they didn't hear it later on, actually.
Certainly get to that one. I found a popular Twitch and YouTube streamer guy called TSMFTX Leffen.
Whoa, okay.
He's got 200,000 subscribers over there on YouTube. So he just plays a bunch of fighting games, mostly Smash. And he got into some sort of argument with people on Twitter because, I guess because he doesn't like Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Okay.
He was complaining about the game, and a guy named Rickles TV said this to him about it. Whatever you paid for Ultimate, I guarantee streaming and making content for it has made you all that money back and more. Enjoy your product because not every game is able to boast that or close to that even. And Leffen responded, I fucking sold my body and soul to make that money. You think you have to love and respect every shitty job you do for money? I'd rather flip burgers at McDonald's if it paid the same amount. And another guy added, I don't know about that one, Chief. I'm not one to say streaming or competitive gaming isn't a job, because it definitely 100% is, but you absolutely, without a doubt, would not flip burgers at McDonald's for the same pay. It sounds good to you in theory, but it ain't in reality. And Leffen responded, only someone who has not played Ultimate Online 16 hours a day for a month straight, going to sleep at 8 a.m. every day would say this. As someone who has actually worked a minimum wage job, bagging groceries, and, quote, just played video games, I'd take the flipping burgers.
Man.
I went to his YouTube page. A bunch of, like, your typical... Like, if you go to his page and just sort by, like, most popular, it's... I don't even know what I'm... Like, the words don't make sense to me.
Yes.
And just, like, pictures of... Hey, I maxed out this character to 78, and it's got 2 million views. I'm like, what the fuck is? What are you talking about?
Hey, what is this?
Watching this?
Who is watching it? Two big questions.
That's my YouTube channel. Is just me with my finger on my chin and the question mark. Who's watching this shit? But he had a couple videos titled "The Smash Community Will Never Be the Same Again," and then another one regarding the recent allegations within the Smash community.
Oh boy!
Did not investigate. I'm gonna guess someone raped somebody or whatever.
Sure.
That's just how it goes.
Something not good. Yeah.
Racist, rape, one of the two.
Yeah.
Someone did blackface on a stream. Some guy from like Finland or something who does not understand. Who hasn't been within 40 miles of a black person in his life.
Just dressing up as my favorite. I'm doing a sketch as Eddie Murphy, my favorite, my favorite American comedian.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so something like that, probably.
Or either that, or it's just that there was a character release that people didn't like.
That's true. Also, or could this be that? Yeah,
more like. Gotta love this guy for being completely unattached from reality, though. That it's somehow more difficult to play 16 hours a day of video games than doing literally anything else. God damn, that rocks.
Like, here's the thing. I would not want to play video games for 16 hours a day for a month straight either. But you don't have to do that.
You sure don't.
I would guess you could. You would be just fine if you didn't do that.
And the fact that you're able to support yourself by doing it, and you somehow think it's like you're like being persecuted. Cool. Nice work, buddy. Very, 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 very fun.
Yeah, usually when guys work 16 hours a day, they're like CEO types bragging about it, and this guy's like upset about it. His self-imposed 16-hour-a-day schedule.
And he's going to bed at 8 a.m. Only because he wakes up at 4 p.m. So that's If you have a boss that's making you work 16 hours a day, that's horrifying. But you don't have that, so why are you doing that? You just don't do that. Doing it all for the glory of Smash Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
It's got a blue check mark and everything on Twitter, so people seem to give a shit about this guy.
That sucks.
So
well, more power.
You got to do it for the fans, I guess.
Until he just, I was gonna say, wraps that cord around his neck, but the video games don't have cords anymore.
They don't freaking have cords anymore.
Cordless. You can take the damn thing with you. What the hell?
He can't even blow into it anymore. Whatever it is in this instance, I'm not sure.
Yeah, you can't even do the joke when you bring a gal home and you're blowing into her coochie like it's the NES. Trying to get the game to work.
Yeah, my dick doesn't get hard, so I'm going to blow into your pussy to make it work. Yeah.
What the tick? Oh my god. All right, someone went to...
It's her fault.
Fellas, it's always her fault.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Smash Brothers, someone went to the Super Smash Brothers Ultimate board on GameFAQs to ask, any sexual secret that you found in an E-rated game? And Blue Lemon Z replied, there's an obscure N64 fighting game called Clay Fighter Sculptor's Cut. In it, there's a character called Lady Liberty, who is an animated Statue of Liberty. She has a secret attack where she pulls down her shirt and hits the opponent with her huge right boob, and you can see the nipple. It's rated E for everyone.
Yeah.
However, the character is ugly and fat, and the game's graphics are blurry and ugly claymation.
Yeah.
So it's not as hot as it sounds. Not really worth looking up.
And boy, does it sound hot. This was a really cool game. Not necessarily the play, but the way it was. It has a really cool look. It's like kind of like Mortal Kombat, where it's filmed people doing stuff, except they did it with claymation.
Correct. Yep.
And it looks pretty cool, but there's no reason to think about it other than that.
Yeah, I don't think there's like a
character's tit is not good.
Oh, you're looking
at it now. It is beyond blurry. Like, it was blurry on a 12-inch, monitor that you would play it on 25 years ago. And now it's really rough.
But somebody paused that and just went absolutely ballistic on their
no doubt. There's kids pecker jerking off to that thing. Left and right.
100%. Yeah, this is it's a cool game. I don't understand how you could be nostalgic for it. It's not like, I don't know. Like, I recognize some of these characters, but I don't know anything about them. So,
yeah. Well, this is kind of a perfect segue for the next post. I found a subreddit titled "Our Mortal Kombat," which is pornographic images and stories of characters from Mortal Kombat. Great. Here's a thread titled, "Does anyone else have the same feelings about Shao Kahn?" As a gay boy who was bullied throughout high school, I've developed a giant fetish for homophobes, and when I look at Shao Kahn, I just get huge homophobe energy, and it turns me on immensely. Like, he just looks like the type of guy who calls me a worthless faggot if he saw me. Plus, he's obviously genocidal, so he probably has any gay people in Outworld thrown into work camps or fed to Tarkatans or whatever, and that's just... Like, I just want him to pick me up in one hand and just jam his cock up my whole lubeless and ravage me, ripping my organs apart until the discharge starts to look like a leaky Neapolitan ice cream dispenser. And when he's halfway done, he rips me in half and uses my lower body to grapefruit for a while, and then lifts my upper body to his urethra and shoot his cum all over my dead, cold face. Thoughts? Deleted user said, "I personally wouldn't want the dying part. I just want him to, cuddle me and that sort of thing while it happened. But that's not very in character for him." But another user named Dalen2544 said this to the OP, "You're going to hell."
Okay, yeah.
Which I think we can all agree is correct.
That seems a little bit more in line. Yep, for sure. Yep.
Yeah.
Wow. Not only is that post incredible, what a find, but the fact that there's a Mortal Kombat complete subreddit.
Oh, yeah. Just for folks to beat off.
What a dig. Wow.
The amount of energy for all this stuff online when you could just jerk off to literally anything.
Yeah, just wild. Use your mind. The power of your mind. I mean, you're using the power of your mind to write this down. You could just do that. Just check. Yeah.
That's a great point.
Glad to see that this gay kid that got bullied in high school didn't. No trauma off of that. No long lasting stuff.
Yeah, that didn't manifest in anything weird.
Also, being gay is weird now. Is that what you're saying? Interesting. Interesting.
I just said it wasn't weird. In fact, if my attorney will play it back for us, we'll notice that I said the opposite of what Christian's insinuating.
Guy has to record a podcast with his attorney present. That's a good one.
Someone
in the background. Oh yeah, for sure. In the background, just doing the cut the throat. Mm-hmm. Great.
All right, we're going to stop right here because we're going to finish the rest of this episode over on patreon.com/reportthispost. That's right. If you enjoyed this first 20-ish to 30-ish minutes of the episode, you'll be happy to know that there's about an hour extra of this one over there on patreon.com/reportthispost. Head over there. And all you got to do is subscribe for $5 a month. You'll get every single full episode with dozens of more posts a month, plus an additional bonus episode every single week. Unbelievable. This is literally millions of posts that we read on the air every single month. Possibly billions. I have not counted. In fact, I can't count. I'm actually illiterate as well. But irregardless, patreon.com/reportthispost, and we'll see you over there, and God bless.